ride with the mob. Alhamdulillah, check you and me and do your job. Berg is the name, Ben Baller did the chain. Torno for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Yamagini chain, rest in peace to my superior. Hermes Linga feed a village in Liberia. PMT taking pictures causing my hysteria. Mama see me all BP and start tearing up. I was out getting niggas, how you get that track? I attended Jalapenics when you risk your life. Uncle used to skim work, selling nicks at night. I was only 8 years old, watching Nick at night.
All right, y'all. Y'all got your Joel.
That's the first thing I said.
You got Joel. Okay. His face all up and through the episode, whole episode. You got Joel. Was it enough for y'all? Was it enough? And actually, you know what I said? I said, watch this episode, and now they're going to hate Ellie even more. Because they're going to be like, well, why she treat our Joel like that? Why she act like... I can't stand Ellie. I can't wait to go and watch the comments on these videos of y'all's disdain for Ellie. Never mind the fact that he used her as his emotional support daughter.
He definitely did.
In the beginning of the episode, the opening credits showed us that, but no, I feel all the Ellie hate coming out. But y'all got your Joel, so can y'all please just?
It's just wild to me that people really thought Pedro Pascal wasn't coming back for the rest of life. Come on, man. Broken act. He killed this episode, and they was gonna just squander that. Come on, man.
And they know it was there was unfinished story that needed to be told.
Yeah, he played the game, speaking flashbacks all over the game. So I felt like the people who made the show figured that most of the gamers, at least, will realize that they're not telling the story in order.
No, they didn't. Y'all just wanted Pedro Pascal so bad. Man, and he was just sitting up here looking around like, y'all be doing too much.
It ain't even that, man. People be having a thing in their mind of how a story should go. And if it don't go that way, then it is objectively bad to them. The whole thing is subjective. The entire thing is subjective. But they don't know how to have an objective opinion about things. It's just, this made me feel a certain kind of way, therefore it is bad. It's like, nah, maybe it was made to make you feel like that. People don't think feeling the loss of Joel in the story was the point.
I guess they just thought that this was Pedro Pascal's show.
It still is.
This was just his show and his show alone. Have y'all watched any show outside of regular dramas? Anything that has to do with horror or sci-fi or fantasy? You don't get attached to nobody. Everybody can go.
I mean, even I grew up watching old school kung fu flicks like the Wu-Tang Shaolin flicks, and the main characters just died all the time. It's one of them where the main character dies halfway through, and then his son comes back and kills the main bad guy years later. That's exactly what has happened right here. So these stories exist. There's an anime in which the main character dies 4 episodes in. He is established as the main dude, and 4 episodes in he dies, and then his death sets the stage for the actual main character to become the main character. This isn't Achilles died in Iliad's freaking epics, man, Homer's epic, and Odysseus took his place as the main character. This happens all the time. I don't get it. Is it because Of
And
who?
y'all know these two people from Game of Thrones. Y'all know Pedro Pascal ain't even make it in that show. I don't understand how y'all not used to this yet. But here we are. It's I know it's so hard to say goodbye, but y'all gotta let him go. Okay, y'all gotta let go. The first thing I did realize about this episode was the opening credits. The last episode was at 5. In the opening credits, the only you saw like the figure of Ellie by herself at the end, but they brought his figure standing next to her back for this episode. I know it's like little details like that that I noticed, but
I ain't
um,
even
th-
noticed.
they did something like that with The Walking Dead's The Last of Us spinoff. Like the very first episode was like Rick's focus, and so they had like Rick at the end of the opening credits, and then the second episode was like Michonne focus, so they had her silhouette at the end of the episode, and then by episode 3, when they were together, then they had both of their silhouettes
Yeah, I
at the end of
remember.
the episode. And they kind of did a little something like that with this one. Y'all be worried about stuff that don't even matter, but y'all be missing like little aesthetics and little tidbits from the episode.
They don't be caring about stuff. Most of them aren't real fans, yo. Just be real. Most of the discourse ain't coming from real fans or people who are genuinely interested in the show. Because you can have genuine interest in something and be disappointed, but these people aren't. They don't have the initial interest anyway. They want to bitch about the show. Like that's the goal.
Ridiculousness. Well, if you all have not noticed, this is a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, we're about to spoil this episode from top to bottom. And go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and give us a subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you can be aware when we drop new reviews and new content, movie and TV reviews. But let's get into this episode. I actually enjoyed the start of this episode. And y'all, look, who is it? Who is that?
I'm gonna say Trevor, but you're gonna say Simon.
Ain't that's the swordsman
The swordsman from what?
from Daredevil?
Is it? I thought that was Simon from Walking Dead.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I thought that's what I thought almost at the beginning. But no,
Is
that's not. He a little bit more gray. I think this is the swordsman from Daredevil.
it? I need to look that up because
Look that
Jesus Christ.
look that up, but I think that's him. The mustache was kind of what stole it for me. Because I was just like, that this mustache looked familiar.
Yeah, good for me to be too.
Look it up then and see.
but not
Y'all
but not that dude.
look it up then.
uh, oh, we waiting on me? I don't know. I don't know buddy's name. I don't know
Oh,
either one of their names.
yeah, somebody. I'm about to how you look stuff up. I'm about to look
How
this up
you look
real
stuff
quick.
up?
I'm gonna. What's the name? What his name was? The swordsman from Daredevil. And what else was he in? And
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye in The Last of Us as what's his name? Joel's father.
Oh my god, why do they look so much alike?
Okay, no, it ain't. But I do say.
It is what you call it. Man,
Okay.
what's bro's name? God, it look like Simon to me. It look like that's Simon, ain't it? We
Okay.
sound like two old
Joel's.
people.
Oh, I know. Okay, his name. That guy's name is Jeff Perry, who is Joel's father. Then what have we seen him in?
Huh? Who the fuck is Jeff Perry? He's neither one of them.
Wait, no, that's not it. They got this wrong. That's what you get for no, that's not it. Joel's father's like, no, that's not him. Okay,
Stephen Ogg.
no, okay. Tony Dalton. Let's see, y'all. I got to figure this out.
It's Stephen Ogg, ain't it?
Okay, Tony Dalton. Yes, it is him. It is.
Who the hell is Tony Dalton?
Yep, because I just looked him up. Tony Dalton, Better Call Saul, Hawkeye, Daredevil, Born Again.
Oh my god, we need to do a video about how all three of them fuckers look the same. Yo, that's uncanny, man. They all three look the same. It's the mustache. I feel like we just stereotype. Oh my god, I think two of them are Hispanic.
Yeah,
And
this one
one of them's a
he is.
white guy.
He is Mexican American. But yeah, this gave us a lot of information here about Joel. It showed us right there at the beginning how protective he was of his little brother, and that just showed that he's protective over his family in general. Like he was ready to take that ass whooping for Tommy.
Yeah, you know what?
Now I don't know
What
about y'all that got siblings, but I'm not taking no ass whoopings from none of mine
that
because
I
whatever
mean,
they said they did. They did.
like knowing your siblings, man.
And it's only one that would have got it, and he did everything they said.
Oh man, don't do bro like that. Don't do bro like that,
I ain't no Joel.
brother. Hey man, hey brother, cool man. He is. He cool as
I mean,
fuck.
I ain't say I wasn't no snitch, but I'm not finna take the hit for you. I'd be surprised every time they figure something out. Like, damn, I been new. That's crazy.
Like, damn, really? Hey, that's real. That's real. Can't ask for nothing more than that.
Yep. Everybody can't be no Joel, but Joel stepped in. He's just like, you're not gonna hit me. You ain't gonna hit my brother. You ain't finna do all this. That's not what we're gonna do. And his dad, because how all parents do when they be in denial about your childhood trauma. Well, it wasn't as bad as when I was a kid.
Right. It probably wasn't. It still don't mean it ain't bad now. What the hell?
I
Like,
mean, a beat down
a-
is still a beat down, even though you might not have whooped him like a Hebrew slave, but it was
yeah,
still.
like a
If that
comparison
little
to
boy was
that.
that scared, what kind of ass whooping was you dishing out?
Yeah, bro. I mean, bro said the belt, so he was hitting him with a belt, but still, like, there's a way you can hit a person with a belt that's far beyond discipline.
Exactly.
But
Child,
I
if you
mean,
out
his
here.
whole thing was that his dad punched him in the jaw, broke his
Mhm.
shit. So yeah, it is not as bad, but I mean, bad is bad, yo. Perspective be damned.
If he was scared of that whooping, would have been you was out here using that as like a damn slave whip or some shit.
Hell
That the little
yeah,
brother
beat
was
the
just like,
shit
I
out of
can't.
dude.
Exactly. And if your older brother got to step in, if he say, I'll take the ass whooping for you, which means that you should not be hitting the child in that manner. So that means you're gonna have to get through me first.
Well, see, the thing that got me about this scene and then the next scene right after this almost is that like it took a cop stereotype and it put it on TV, like the whole them being domestic abusers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it put that front and center right then. And then in the next scene, when Joel talking to Seth, Seth admits that tells him that he was a cop. And I was like, oh, so
And he looked at him like, oh, so you ain't shit either.
a, a domestic abuser and a bigot.
he
They
literally
just going in on cops. Like,
he looked at him like, okay, I know your type, but that show, Joel say I go through, I go to war for mine. That's what that is. He stood up
yeah,
to somebody who knew could probably take him down and was still like, what you gonna like you not finna do this like I
you
I, I do what I got to do to protect mine. Like that's you know I think
you
Joel
also
just
see.
always had a fatherly
I mean, nah,
way
he's
about
big
him.
bro. Big bro
Hmm.
is always gonna have that, but you can see what Joel gets his like anger and aggression and his do what's best for us attitude from. Like, bros in survival mode before the apocalypse. You know, like,
Yep.
so like you tell me this kid grows up to rob and kill and smuggle shit for people in the apocalypse. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yep. I appreciated that backstory. It was like, yep, got it. Say less. I get it now. And yeah, you know, Seth is out here like, this wouldn't always. See, that's why I tell people that's why you can't be defined by your place of employment. Because when an apocalypse happened, don't nobody give a shit no more. Okay, all that badge you was walking around. I'm the officer, the cop, the sheriff. I'm the law around here. And what you doing now? Baking birthday cakes and can't even spell that well.
Well, hey, but he could make a good cake. Apparently, broken cook. Like,
Making sandwiches and shit.
yeah. Apparently, broke our skills in the kitchen. Do what you good at. Why would you have this man out here patrolling the streets of Jackson? You wasted talent. Let that man cook.
Maybe this was his true passion all along. Okay, that's
Yeah.
why sometimes Apocalypse did some of y'all a favor. Okay,
Yeah, some folks moved up.
Daryl
Shoot.
Dixon did. Daryl was
Oh my God. Daryl
redneck trash,
he
and
the chain
he
before
that
the
dude.
apocalypse, man. Like in life, he had no forward progress in life before the apocalypse.
Became that dude in the Apocalypse.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Gave him purpose.
It did.
Especially after Merle died. I can talk about Daryl all day, but oh my God, we're such fans.
I know. But Joel, you know what, that's a good man right there. He went and got that little girl a birthday cake, and he went and got some stuff to help make her a present for her birthday. Now these are things that people don't, when you're in survival mode, you didn't even think about stuff like that. But he was thinking ahead of time. I was like, damn, I'm trying to figure out when my parents put that much thought into a birthday of mine.
That's I mean, come on. He lost the child. He lost the child at the beginning of the bad stuff. So come on. He hasn't left that moment. That moment he living that moment his entire life. Seeing her reach 15 is like seeing his actual daughter reach 15. Like,
Well, he never took time to grieve her. Like he just kept going, like you again, using Ellie as his emotional support daughter because he never sat to grieve his own.
yeah,
He never stopped in the moment to sit there and say, "My child is gone." He just said, "Well, I guess I'll take this one."
yeah. I mean, there what? That was what, 14 years? So for 14 years he was in that state before he met Ellie? That's
Mhm.
crazy. Yeah.
I
No
I've heard
wonder.
stories. Some people get stuck in a phase of when they lose someone. It's like a place where like time and space don't even exist. They literally get trapped in that loop.
Man, I get it. I've never experienced that, but I never had something so traumatic that that would be my response. But I can really see how Joel not being able to move on and kind of being stuck there would make Tommy leave. Like a lot of things make sense. It's like how we got here today through this episode. Like
And it took a
Tommy
lot for
won't.
Joel to get there. Because remember, before leaving the apocalypse happened, he lost his wife, and then shit hit the fan in a day, and his child was gone, and the world was flipped upside down. Like he just ain't never sit down to say like, but damn, this was a lot.
Yeah, I could just see where Tommy had the will to improve life, and Joel just had the will to survive. That was it. That's all he had left.
Yep, and
I
and
can
then
see how that made them go in two different directions. Tommy is seemingly the better person. Um, we still don't know what they did to survive because we know Tommy did some shit too.
Because we know he
But
got it in him.
yeah, it seemed like Joel was already. It's just he just with the shits. Like after his daughter died, it's just fuck it.
Well,
And now he got Ellie, and he got Ellie like so later, like so much later in life.
he got Ellie at that in that phase where people be trying to be granddads and then be just letting their kids just do anything. Then he want to be nice. Okay. He met Ellie at a stage where that should have been his grandchild, and he was giving her grandpa treatment.
Yeah, I mean he gonna baby her, and she's not very understanding of why, even though she should know why, you know. But I guess if you're the person feeling like you're being held back all the time, understanding is the last thing you have. But
Especially when she didn't really have no life skills. Because remember, she grew up in like
she
a
grew up
group
in
home.
Federal. She grew up in Federal.
Right. She never really had like a real family or understood real family dynamics and stuff.
Yeah,
Like that was
she grew up pretty much in the barracks with other kids learning how to fight and survive. That was her childhood.
exactly. And she's just like, you don't want people to see my burn. I mean, my
Man.
bite, cool. What if I burn it away? I mean, not the brightest idea in the world, but I see what she was. I see what she was trying to
I
do.
mean, it made sense because I mean, at some point, Jackson is cold. We know this, but they have a summer because we saw it. So at some point, people gonna start asking questions. Why this chick ain't never? I've never seen her arms. She's been here for 6 years. We've never seen her arms. Like that makes no sense. And then at some point, she was either gonna have to out herself or do something drastic because she's not gonna be a little girl forever. At some point, she was gonna get it in with somebody there, you know, they were gonna see her everything. So she's gonna have to figure out how to get that arm in working order because
That's when you
you
don't have
just can't wear sleeves forever.
Joel didn't have well thought out plan with this. He did not plan this well at all.
I still don't get. I mean, I understand Joel hiding out from the Fireflies, um, and I understand Jackson not having news, so they don't know what's going on outside the walls. That the Fireflies is totally gone, and so I get it. Anybody in there could be Eugene was a Firefly. Anybody in there could be a Firefly, and you're telling everybody, okay, this girl's immune, and they put two and two together. This is that immune girl from Salt Lake City that everybody dead at. And I get that. But that's such a far-fetched thing to happen than to have her just hide that forever. It's just impossible. She's gonna have to figure out how to fix it at some point. I'm surprised they ain't think about burning it sooner. Like,
Because again, Joel did not think that plan out very well at all.
burning the apocalypse. Like, I just feel like it's such a common sense thing. If she shows up with a burn, nobody's gonna question that.
He ain't think about it. He would. Oh, then he probably wouldn't have did because it would have hurt her. He think about it. He in grandpa mode.
Oh yeah,
I
he is
wouldn't. I didn't want.
definitely babying her.
Exactly. The regular, if it was like his daughter in his younger days, he would have been, we finna burn this shit, so ain't nobody gonna know. But now, with your when they be acting with their kids, they don't give a damn. When them grandkids come in, oh no, we can't do that. Then they be getting all soft and stuff. That's the era that he was in his life.
Oh my God, this sounds like therapy. It sounds personal.
Sure, yeah, I have witnessed this firsthand. They change.
Yeah, I've witnessed it too.
They change.
They do. I've definitely witnessed. I'm like, hold on, man. Y'all letting that ride? What the hell?
We ask for stuff in the stores now.
All of a sudden they got McDonald's
Those
money.
money. Oh, Joel, he definitely got McDonald's money. Joel over here,
Right.
he said, I'm a recreate her a whole guitar and play a damn song. What, Joel? Who are you? Who
Yeah.
are you?
It really does show their connection though, because that's the biggest aspect that everybody was complaining about. Like there was no emotional draw. It was just season start. Ellie's mad.
And I appreciated seeing, this is like the Ellie that we saw in season one. That when
Yeah,
she was like, she was happy, she was silly, she was still enjoying life, regardless of if there's a mushroom apocalypse
yeah.
going on around us and the fungus is attacking everything. She still had a good sense of humor and was always a pretty happy kid.
She was
And
also much more naive.
very, very much so. And Joel knew that, and he was like, okay, well, let me take advantage of this. She said, well, let me do some fun little birthday stuff for her, even though it's a zombie apocalypse, because he's still, and this ain't even dad mode, this is granddad mode. Okay, this is granddad mode.
Yeah, I think it's cool that he's giving her a life she never had, and she's kind of giving him the the ending of a life he previously had. Cause like I mean, she's carrying on the daughter role going forward. So now he gets to see, birthday, sweet 16. He gets to see dating. He gets to see, maybe children. You know what I'm saying? Something that he totally had no chance of seeing the moment his daughter died. And at the same time, now she gets to see the world from a perspective other than child soldier. So like they work perfectly for each other. It was such a great mesh of like personalities and like circumstance. They definitely trauma bonded on a level that was abnormal. Like people trauma bond is usually an instant. They trauma bonded over half of the United States. Now they're years into living together and they're still trauma bonded.
Oh,
So
very,
yeah,
very much so. But I'm like, these are great links to go through with somebody for their birthday. And you have to really, really care about somebody to do all of this. Like, that was his replacement child right there. And something for him to hold on to and to anchor to.
yeah, it was that was his stability at this point. That was his life. But she's hilarious. That whole she guessed the dinosaur, and she was guessing what he was leading her to, and this
Mm-hmm.
and then, and it actually was like the wonder and amazement for somebody who was that inexperienced in the world had to be through the roof for her in those moments. So like you're starting to see, like it's not just that he, saved her life and they spent, months together previously surviving, but is that she's never had any outwardly like no worldly experiences. She never experienced anything, and he's bringing her all of this and like things that she's just never had. So it for me it gives like the rationale to why she's on revenge, like why she wants Abby dead. Because Joel became her father, even though
Yeah.
she pretends like you're not my dad. No, it's
Yeah.
obvious.
She
Yeah,
rebelled against it the whole time, but it took for him to be gone for her to realize that everybody in this world do not care about you. Some people are really just don't care.
not like that. Not like Joel. Like there's nobody in the world that cares for Ellie the way Joel did.
Correct. And that is like that's a gift in itself that he cared to go through such great lengths. That this is only that's a parent-child relationship that they would care that much. And in a world where she's witnessing firsthand how cruel and brutal it can get outside, that you had somebody who genuinely wanted you to smile and not take a hook knife and cut your insides out. or burn you with a skillet. Like
Oh man,
like some people just genuinely wanted you to feel like life is normal.
yeah. This also makes me think about how isolated Jackson is because they're out here having a normal day at the freaking museum, and like the threat of the zombies isn't a thing. I mean, of course, Joel probably cleared the place out anyway, but that's not a thing. She's all in the woods, screaming and yelling and shit, and they talking in regular voices, and like that. They're not in the apocalypse. Like Jackson is his own little corner, his own little paradise, and I can see how they don't know shit about what's going on out there because how insulated they are. They had time for a museum. There's a whole at this point. There's a whole war between Fedra and the wolves right now. At this point in the story, and they're at the museum. They have no clue what's going on. I just think it's so irresponsible for Jackson to not know what's going on. And I thought about that during this scene. I was like, they real comfortable. They mad comfortable.
Exactly. And that shows you how great of a length he was willing to go to shield her from some of that. Because, like you said, I didn't even think about that he probably went out there and cleared the place out, even though it ain't like, she could have been harmed that much. But he went to make sure that she just had a safe, fun day without them worried about clickers and stuff
Yeah,
being around. They didn't have to fight for survival on that day. Like she could just go like you would take your child to go to a museum on their birthday or on a holiday or vacation. Like we're just gonna go to the museum. You have fun. It like we're not in a fungus apocalypse at this point. That is care and concern. This, you know what? This is why I can't take excuses from people. Joel did this in the middle of an apocalypse.
really.
And
You can't. Why folks missing their appointment? Joel did all this. Is that what you said? That's hilarious.
Joel made a guitar and cleared out a museum during an apocalypse. And
Yeah,
people be having excuses why they can't do stuff.
I mean, come on, man. Joel is living. Joel living. He did that as much for Ellie as he did for himself as much as he did for Ellie. It's the things that he didn't get to experience either. So I mean, he experienced the museum, but he didn't get to experience his daughter's 15th birthday,
Mhm.
16th birthday, 17th birthday. So Joel is dedicated to Ellie one, but just to the role of being a father. That's what
Mhm.
he is. He's a father again. So
Mhm. Oh, he definitely
it,
dedicated to
it,
that.
it feels selfish, but at the same time, like I understand. I'm not a father, but I understand like how it's not selfish, but it does feel that way, especially from Ellie's perspective. If you're like, well, we'll get to that. She even says that, but
Mhm. And yeah, that's why I call her that. That's his emotional support daughter because he's doing all the right things, but it's still didn't take away the fact that he didn't heal his own trauma.
yeah,
It was just avoidance of trauma is not healing
yeah, it's not.
it. He just avoiding it is not healing it. And I'm glad, like at the very end, he was trying to go to therapy and work on those things because you can't be as the therapist. Like she saw through his foolishness. Like, yeah, okay, that's cute and there forever, but uh, you're missing the point.
Man,
It's the,
seeing that, well, we'll get to that too, but just seeing that in context is crazy now.
yeah,
Yeah,
and the older Ellie gets, is like, I kind of want to know some things, as
yeah,
children do when we realize the world ain't all cutesy and innocent. That people got real problems and it's real things, and they don't tell you everything.
yeah. I think like you kind of really see the love she has for Joel though. It's like she has this suspicion that he lied to her about what could be the biggest thing in the world, and she doesn't want to believe it because she's afraid of how to make her see him. But she has this doubt. Like she carried that doubt at least for 4 years, according to this episode. Because I mean, this whole Firefly scene was right after the museum for her 15th birthday.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal because I mean, especially if and then people know at a certain age, your parents they're not going to tell you the truth anyway. You may notice things because as children do, but they're not going to tell you the whole truth until they feel like you can handle it. Because like, what are you going to do if I tell you the truth anyway? Like, or I'm just going to lie. Like either you're not going to be able to handle it, or I'm not going to tell you the truth. Which one do you want? And I think that's it. It took her to say, "I'm older. I get it. I can see. I can figure things out for myself to get to that place." Um, so the moths, I looked moths up myself because I wanted to see um, kind of what they kind of what they meant. Because death is not the only um, what did you call it? Not the only meaning of moths. It is one of them, but it's not the only one. Uh, let me see. And I'm going to show you. Let me see. What did I find about moths? So Ellie is trying to get that damn bite covered up because she want to wear short sleeves. I believe you. It global warming. It's probably hot outside these days. It's probably hot. And then Joel wants to go ask the doctor, like, what do the moths mean? And she said they symbolize death. It's one thing, but not the only thing. So, just like butterflies, they also symbolize personal growth and transformation, but transformation born out of struggle, mystery, and shadow work. Moths are also attracted to light, which could look like spiritual seeking and blind pursuit, vulnerability and sensitivity, fragility, and it also could look like not just death, but rebirth and the afterlife. And she told him one part of that, which didn't paint the picture enough, because the moth could also symbolize not just that, of course, they're surrounded by death, they're in an apocalypse, but that Ellie was also searching for her own purpose and that she was in a phase of growth. By 19 years old, you're grown. 17, I think she was at the time. That's
Hmm.
about the time that, some kids are junior, senior year. They want jobs. They planning out colleges. They're getting jobs. Like this isn't a little kid anymore. So she's growing. She's changing. She wants purpose. But all he could focus on was death. And at that time, the therapist she was on that stuff too. So I don't even know why he was listening to her.
But
But
she did say that she doesn't really believe in that type of technique. She don't believe in like dream reading or symbolism in that sense. So she kind of gave him a cynical answer anyway. But he also didn't explain anything. He was very vague. And then when she poked the bear, she asked him, what is this about? He gets up and leaves. So you know what I'm saying? He didn't give her a chance to give him a proper, message or a proper response to what he was seeking anyway. And she half-heartedly did it anyway because he interrupted her reading. Like she relaxing, man. I'm not. It's not the hours. Like, come on. If one of your clients just popped up, like, hey, what? Just caught your ass at the mall food court and just sit down.
asking me therapy questions on my day off.
You're like, what the hell? So
Uh,
yeah, that exchange made sense to me. It just
Speaking of little Easter egg here, she's reading a book called Earth Abides. I don't know if y'all know or not, but last year, MGM released a series called Earth Abides, and it's about an apocalypse, believe it or not, to where something happened and everybody, everybody was gone. Like the main character, he ended up with he got a snake bite, and so he like shut himself in the house to like heal. And by the time he came out, everybody was dead. Everybody was gone. And like the few people that he did start to find, they start to rebuild civilization, but focus more on like a sense of community. So it was an apocalypse, but there weren't any zombies or anything like that. So imagine just like most people wiped out. We don't know why at
They
all.
got raptured.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah, that it was gone, and then they literally just had to try to rebuild and create a sense of community, not even really understanding what truly happened. Just like wipe out, let's rebuild everything. So it's funny she's sitting in the middle of an apocalypse reading a book about an apocalypse.
Cause she's morbid, man. She's
Talk about death, death, and a little bit more death. So we finally get to the place where we want to know what happened.
I mean,
What's
she
good?
been wanting to know what happened, but I think now she has the bravery now
And
to
so
ask.
she's like rehearsing the conversation in her room, let's figure this thing out. Like if I ask him this, is he gonna tell me the truth? If I ask him this, is he gonna say what's going on? What would he, can I articulate this now? Um, how do I go about this whole thing?
She's definitely afraid of the answer. That's her biggest, because she knows what the answer is. She doesn't know how she's gonna react to it, and it's understandable, man. I had a chance to save the world, and you didn't let me because of you, and I'm not really your daughter. So yeah, I get it. But it's like people want her to just be grateful because he saved her life. But I feel like if you had the personal goal of saving the world, and somebody prevents you from doing that, and you have to live in this apocalyptic hellscape anyway, you're gonna feel some kind of way about that. That's not something I can just brush off. Oh, you saved my life, but you took what I had for the world and you squandered it.
Child, I'd have been like, F them kids, go ahead and find a cure.
That's terrible.
Be like that sometimes.
That's terrible. But see, like a cure for Joel didn't mean shit. Cause I mean, one, he was surviving anyway. He survived all this time. Now they at this point, because the fungus is mutating along with the story. Joel don't know this shit's gonna get worse. But at that time, it was survivable. You know what I'm saying? Like I got weeded out. I didn't eat no bread before the shit started. I was lucky in that regard. I survived. My daughter died. My brother survived, and we've been living this whole time. What I need a cure for? You know what I'm saying? His whole thing was selfish. What I need a cure for? And then he had found his surrogate daughter at the same time. It's like, nah, he wasn't going for that. The moment they said she gonna have to die for us to get the cure, it was over. They should have had shot his ass then or locked him up in the room.
And see, this is why society can't advance the way that it should, because everybody's so worried about themselves on a micro level, and a good bit of people aren't worried about the greater good. We're not concerned about the macro world. Just because you have food on your plate at night, there's people starving. But because you're not starving, you're not concerned with anybody else who is. Because like, I got food, I'm fine. Who cares if there's homeless people and children who don't
That's
have any
terrible.
food to eat? And that's what people so concerned about themselves instead of like we all are a human race. What about the greater good of the population of our species? But just because you're good, you don't care who else is good after that. And
So are you saying all the hive mind aliens who tried to take over the world were right? Like the body snatchers, all of them were right. Because if they win, all that goes away. Everybody cares about everybody. We're all connected. There's no free will. Also, no starving kids in the world. No wars.
I mean, do you have to invade my body first to do this? Or like, can we figure that out without that? Like, do you have to hijack my
Apparently
brain
not. We've been around for how long as humans?
and still ain't got it together?
We ain't got it. We yeah. In the best of times, we ain't got it together.
Then at this point, they can do what they need to do. Because apparently we haven't gotten it together yet, and that's how we end up in this place. And that's why even when in apocalypse, it's we're still not coming together because people are still only concerned for them. Now, I mean, granted, I do, be on, Shane's side most of the time. But but you should generally be concerned with how everybody is doing. Because if we're concerned with how everybody's doing, we could probably come out of the apocalypse a whole lot better versus, well, we got to survive this way. We got to survive this way. We got to survive this way.
Yeah.
And
Well, if I'll say this, if Jackson was concerned about what the world was doing, they would know what the fuck was going on right now. I'm still stuck on that. I'm so surprised they have no clue about the
well,
outside world.
well, they were being isolationists, and that's why, and that's why they got, bamboozled and hit out of nowhere, and they still don't really know what's going on at this point.
They don't at all. But my boy Eugene, you know what's crazy about this episode is, well, now that when I first saw dude, I thought he was three different actors. The guy who played Eugene, I forgot his name is Joe something. He played Buddy on Bad Boys. They're like the chief or
Hmm.
whatever. Yeah, like I thought he was somebody else when I first saw it. And then I heard his voice. I was like, is that Bill Burr?
Oh, I sounds like, oh, that's old boy from Bad Boys. Okay, he
Yeah,
died
I ain't
on there
seen him in a
too.
bit. But he been in a lot of stuff though.
Hmm. And we got to see the truth about what happened. Now, see, I look at this in two ways. Y'all need to have a set protocol on these things and figure out what is the reanimation time. Because,
I
like I
think it's
said,
different.
on Walking Dead, you generally had maybe about a day and a half or two. It depends on how you got bit. Like if they just bit you or if they like ripped away flesh and you bled out and died immediately. But it took a minute for the fever to set in and for you to die. But on that Black Summer stuff, boy, you got 2 minutes tops. Two, maybe 60, maybe 1 minute, and that's it. But if we're being on the safe side and we don't know what the reanimation time is, I'm okay if we go ahead and drop them.
I mean, it seems to deal with like where the bite was, because I keep forgetting Shorty's name, but Joe, a friend from the first season, she gets bit like around the neck area, and she turns from I don't know how long it was from when they left that building with the clickers to the building with the explosives,
Mm-hmm.
but like that was a trek. They walked from one building to the next, and she was already turning.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Ellie did give him the test that she was being given by the Fireflies with the whole hold your hand out and count. I don't know how effective that test is, but they seem to think that it was a determining factor for the infection spreading. I feel like if Joel had time to walk him to a cliff, he had time to get him back to the gates, in my opinion. But also, it makes sense not to bring him back because the fungus is connected.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can see it. They should have had a protocol for this. Like if somebody gets shot on,
They
I mean,
do.
somebody get bit
Your ass
on
get shot.
exactly. You, I'm all for that. But if the reanimation time is real slow, I can see you like you had like walking it. They Bob had time to say goodbye. Jim had time to say goodbye. All that kind of stuff.
Man, Jim had time to damn act like he didn't get bit.
Dig graves.
Jim got bit. I'll never forget that. That black lady busted Jim.
Sometimes people be sitting on their bike for a long time.
Hell yeah, they be. I mean, Bob was holding on to his too. It's like, bruh.
I said Bob. He was holding on for a while. Bob held on long enough that they had to chopped off his foot, ate it, picked them up, dropped them back off, and then waited for the termites to come back and then off them. And he was just now getting to his final stages. Sometimes and then sometimes it's like boom. But to be on the safe side, we just go ahead and do this. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know what we're waiting for.
It's just the fungus is connected. That's my biggest thing. So it's like if we bring him back, does the fungus know where Jackson is now as a whole? Like, how does it work? Because if I can step on some shit in an area and it alerts hundreds of them miles away, then you mean to tell me that one of them seeing a thing where people are doesn't alert them? It would have made more sense if they would have brought the doctor. What was her name? Gail. They would have brought Gail to Eugene. That would have made more sense to me.
Just tied his ass to a tree and said,
"Yeah, you just left him there. Have somebody watch him, and Ellie go back and get Gail and Tommy, of course, and they come back, and she says her goodbyes there. It makes more sense to me because you keep him isolated, so the fungus don't know where y'all at, and there's no risk of him. Like if you tie his ass up, they're not supernatural. It's not they don't have super strength. They're people controlled by fungus. So yeah, that could have been handled better, man. That could have been handled way better than what Joel did. But Joel is such a, once he makes it up in his mind that this is where we gotta go, he gonna do it. He gonna do it. And Ellie saw that because he promised her. And just like he promised, he told her the truth about the Fireflies. And she just realized, bro, is any means necessary, at any given time. But you know what's funny though? I can see him hesitating if it's Tommy. I don't see Joel doing Tommy the same way. Like I see them figuring out how to get Tommy to see his wife before he dies. And that's the I don't know. It's like that's the bad side of Joel. He's very self-concerned.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying is that he's not thinking outside of himself. Because if we're thinking on the macro level, if we had the same concern for everybody, there would have been a protocol. If somebody gets bit on the outside and we can have write a letter to their loved one, pass along a message. How far out are we? How far can they travel? How far can this person travel? Do we need to tie them up and like have them come to them? Or are we just like, my brother on the inside and you ain't finna go in there, so I'm just gonna have to take care of this right now. Like what it needs to be something better in place for that.
He's definitely not just gonna kill Tommy, man. If Tommy's in Eugene's position, and I thought that, I was like, you're not gonna do that to your brother, bro. Like, and you think it's cool, do that shit to somebody's husband? That shit ain't cool.
It's not, and clearly Ellie don't live by the no. The no snitching rule must have went out during the apocalypse.
Oh yeah, she ain't about this because she tired of that shit. She tired of Joe lying, man. Joe had been lying for 4 years.
Cause she sure told it and told it real fast. I'm like, nah, Ellie, you could have like whispered it to him on the low.
Man, she could have said it before Joe lied. She let Joe lie to Gail, and then she told
And I said, and it is at this very moment, it's going to be some hate in the comments towards Ellie. Not Joel for lying. I guarantee you they're going to come for her neck because
Yeah,
of that.
because Joe is that dude. Even though he's race swapped, Joe is their race. It's cool when some people do it.
Oh, the hypocrisy of fanatics
Man, yeah, the
is
fandom is
appalling.
man.
So we finally got the conversation that we've been waiting for after the little dance, the little party they had. That we seen Ellie go to her room and then she comes back out and it's just like, all right, let's for once and for all, Joel, like for real, like what happened with the fireflies? Like I just need to know, like this has been weighing on me. Let me just get this off. But I can't for once just tell me what like happened, like for real, for real. And yeah, Joel's just, pretty much decided to be the Terminator and destroy everything, even the people who may have been able to come up with a cure. I mean, maybe they wouldn't have, but I would have been willing to sacrifice Ellie just for the sake of
That's
experience.
terrible. I, you know, I like this scene because Pedro Pascal answered all her questions without saying a word, and it was impactful. Just him nodding the nod and the tears and the broke a cry on cue, and like I mean, he it seemed like he had the look of a scolded child because he knew everything he had done was fucked up. Like he knew it, and but in the end, even still, after all of that, he told her he would still do it again. But his biggest concern was her not being with him anymore.
Because he said, and I'll do it again.
Yeah,
I know I know it's wrong. I know it's a bad thing. Not even apologize for it. Like unapologetically, he's like, and I'll do it again because you are my emotional support daughter,
it's
and
hilarious.
there was a and you all I got out here in these streets, and
I feel
so
like he was in the
I would kill a
position.
room full of doctors and medical staff.
Oh my god. I feel like he was in a position to he's in the position to like love Ellie. Like the love he has for Ellie is genuine. And because I mean and I know there's a circumstance behind how he got there. But at this point it is what it is. It's genuine. It's a real love. And vice versa. Like hers for him is also real. That's why she said that, you know, she don't think she could ever forgive him for it, but she would like to try. Like you don't do that for somebody you want to write off and throw away, you know. And Joe kind of did take away the most important thing from her, you know, because that was her gift to the world, her immunity. And Joe pretty much said, "Man, fuck the world."
Exactly. It's about me and you, my family. I don't care about everybody else. I don't care.
This scene was hard to me, and people be talking about her acting, man. Like this whole scene, I fuck with it. Like
Mhm.
like the way they played off of each other, him like Pedro Pascal carried the scene, but she was not a drag on the scene at all.
Mhm.
She delivered every line perfectly, and his reaction to everything she said was spot on. Like I don't know how many takes this scene took, but they killed it. Like in my opinion, they killed that shit.
I don't
And
understand why people would criticize her act. Like both of these people was in Game of Thrones, and they are
they
two different people in The
they
Last of Us
want a
than they
different
were
Ellie.
in Game of Thrones. Like they are two very, very different people. So I've seen their acting range.
They want a different actress to play Ellie. It don't matter. That's all. That's the end. Like it don't matter. She could be the best person in the world for the role, like absolute best, and we know that. I mean, I'm not saying she is, but I'm saying she could hypothetically be, and they would still want somebody else to play her because they want somebody else to play her. I don't know why they own her looks though. It's like, bro, like half of y'all are Caitlin Clark fans, and she look like Ellie. Like, let's just get real, man. Come on, man. It's nothing wrong with how she looks. You know, she's not the most attractive woman or whatever, and
But
she
that's not
had
her
she
job. That's
uses.
not what this show is.
I know, but
Just
and
like this.
they also hate that she's one of those people who does the pronoun thing, and it's like we all do the pronoun thing, you dumbass. Like we all use pronouns. People specifying their pronouns is not an attack on pronouns. Like it makes no sense. It's just hate for hate, for the sake of hate. But the biggest part about this scene and just this episode was I didn't have the context behind when did Ellie get pissed off and for how long has Joel and Ellie not been seeing eye to eye. You don't get that context until this episode. And
Mm-hmm.
knowing that it was going on for 9 months made everything make a lot more sense. Um, I guess emotionally, like the emotional core of the current day story in the show is this 9 month separation and this reconciliation right before his death. Like they didn't have this attempt to be a family again talk um too much, there wasn't too much time between this talk and his death, but there was a lot more time between their falling out and his death. So like her last, kind of like the last memories of somebody, is kind of flooded with the negative. She has 9 months of negativity right before Joel was taken from her, and it was during a time when she was attempting to erase that negativity. So it kind of like Abby just snatched that from her, which is a role reversal of what Joel snatched from Abby. So it all makes sense. I dug it. It made the whole story make more sense. And then all the criticism about the show isn't flowing right, and uh, why are y'all talking about Eugene instead of showing us Eugene? All this shit. Like this episode answered all of that. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is be patient and let the motherfuckers drop. Let them cook. Because I feel like now I was already into the season, but now after this episode, I understand so much more, and I knew it was coming. So I played the game. So, and most of y'all play the game. So what the fuck? What's the problem? I don't get it.
And a lot of the stuff from this episode they pulled from the game.
They
They
definitely did.
pulled this stuff from the game. They pulled Ellie's birthdays from the game. They pulled these conversations from the game. So let the story unfold like it's supposed to. Sometimes people want you to care about the characters and their plight and their backstory so that you can understand why they do the things that they do. Be patient sometimes, and it ain't but 7 episodes. Y'all can't. Something this is way shorter than how series used to be before the pandemic and before the writers strike.
Apocalypse.
You know,
The real the
for the
2020
COVID apocalypse.
apocalypse.
Exactly. For the COVID apocalypse and the writer strike, when we would get at least 12, 15, 20 something episodes in a season. And then it's even shorter. So y'all can't wait 7 episodes for a story
Nah,
to
man,
wrap
because
around.
it's not doing what I want to do now. I just feel like if you play the game and you watch the first episode and the scene when she walks up in the snow and he's on the porch, like you know this conversation happened. Cause that exact shot is in the game. The scene with her walking up.
Mm-hmm.
You know this conversation happened. You thinking Pedro Pascal is gone forever. And this conversation is never gonna happen. The emotional core of her journey that was never gonna happen. It makes no sense. Like, do y'all watch movies or do y'all just skim through them?
I'm gonna think the latter at this point. I'm gonna think the latter. Uh, but make sure you all have hit like and subscribe on the channel. There's only one episode left, and this is supposed to give us our action-packed episode and perhaps leave us at a cliffhanger. Because we got a lot to look forward to. So far, they're saying that the season finale is 55 minutes. I would like for it to be longer because I need to see some. I need to see it go. I need to see Abby get her ass whooped in this next episode. With
Man,
55 minutes, I'm highly doubtful they may
we
say that
definitely
this
getting a
next season.
season 3, man. It's a season 3.
So I need to see some more. Somebody gonna have to pay. I need to see some more payment come to fruition because it ain't been enough for me. That one beat down last episode. I need more.
It's terrible.
I need more. I need some more people. I need the spores to breathe on some more people.
Oh, you just here for the carnage.
That it's not enough. It's not enough people that's dead for me, and I need that to take place. Okay, so episode 7, do not fail me. I need to see just a little bit. I need to see a lot bit more brutality happen. Okay, get mad, everybody, fight, and let's may the best spore win.
Hilarious.
Okay. At the end of the day, the cordyceps should be the real enemy, but y'all be playing in their face, and they gonna have to show y'all. So I'm gonna need y'all to see who the real enemy is. And if Abby don't get this beat down in this next episode, oh my God, please don't make me wait 2 to 3 years for that. Okay,
Right.
I need her to get knocked the hell out
by
next week.
Right. I'll say this: a lot of people want Negan to die too.
And not only did he survive, he made it to a whole nother spinoff.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now everybody loves him.
Yeah, I don't think Abby's gonna get that. But she might get the first 2. She might get her whole. I'm thinking season 3 is gonna be Abby's season. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my God.
Because you play the game as Abby for half the game. You're Abby for half the game. So it's like she is the second main character to part 2 of the game.
They should have showed me that before she beat down Joel, so I could have felt something. Because the way I don't want to see her face unless somebody.
Yeah, but it's subversive. Because the things that she does in the game, they're good things. Like you see that Abby is inherently a good person. She has a homicidal revenge rage for Joel, and that was it. Like you if they show what happens between her and the wolves in the show and the scars in the show, you might not ever be team Abby, but you're gonna understand that she's not a bad person. And that's the biggest thing about part 2 of the game. People felt manipulated because it was like, I want to hate Abby, but y'all are making her a good person. Y'all are showing the humanity in Abby. Not only that, but yet they give Abby the best shit in the game. Like she got the best guns, and she got the best moves. She's a freaking tank in the game. She be beating zombies' asses with a fist. So, so she has the best game.
And I need one slight appearance of, was it the Rat King? Y'all do not cheat me.
Man, but see, Abby fights the Rat King.
Okay, I need to see that, but she needs to get like bit or something in the meantime. Like, show me some. I need carnage.
She's not gonna get bit.
You know what, HBO? Don't piss me off.
I'm telling you, man. If season 3 is coming because they can't end the story in one episode. It's so much that they skip, and I'm pretty sure at least half the season is gonna be Abby. Because we have to see her story. We played it in the game. And it's a big part of the overarching story. And we haven't seen any of it. We haven't seen any of her story past her killing Joe.
Why I can't see more Isaac?
You will. If you see Abby's story, you definitely going to see more Isaac.
HBO, please don't piss me off in this season finale. But y'all, we will be back with the season finale next week. Make sure you check out the channel this week. We got Handmaid's Tale. I think that season finale is Among Us, Godfather of Harlem, and look out for a full review of Final Destination Bloodlines on the channel. And until then, we will see y'all in the next one.
Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear. No, I can't help but to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a beautiful
Thank you.
wedding. What a
Thank you.
beautiful wedding.
Thank you.
Bridesmaid to a waiter. But what a shame. What a shame. A poor groom's bride
Thank
is
you.
a whore. I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of?
Thank you.
Closing a goddamn door. No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. I chime in. Haven't you people ever heard of?
Thank you.